What is going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Today is Happy Wednesday, right? Happy Wednesday. All right. Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, not Wednesday. I apologize for that. See, my days are really off. I don't know why. I feel like for me, Sunday felt like a Monday, and yesterday felt like a Tuesday, and it turns out that today is Tuesday, right? Well, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, depending on the time that you're watching this. Good morning, good night, good afternoon. What is going on, Andrew? Happy to have you here, man. I'm sorry about that. I've been having some delays with my stream right now. Been having a lot of issues. I don't know why. It's probably the internet that's going on right now. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to pull out all the comments that I get a lot sooner, because right now it says that nobody's here, but there's people here, so I apologize for that, guys. Let me know down below, is the music a little too loud? Is the music good? Is the sound good? I've noticed that I was playing some very annoying music the last streams, and I got rid of it. I was like, you know what, man, I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of the sound. I'm tired of the sound, but I hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. Today we're going to be talking about Wall Street memes having an exchange listing. I did get liquidated on my position, by the way. You guys hear me pretty well, by the way? Is everything good? All right, hopefully everything's good. Just go ahead and comment down below if, you know, the music's a little too loud, if you can't hear me too well. Let me know down below. I don't know officially when everything's running smoothly, so really does help out if you tell me. But we do have an exchange listing with Wall Street memes coming up in the next 13 hours, I believe, if we go ahead and check their site. Yep, about 13 hours. From what I heard, it seems like some people were on staking, so some people got access to their tokens. And as well, I wanted to go ahead and update you. I actually did get liquidated on my Wall Street memes short position, so be very cautious, be very careful. A lot of volatility in this market, to the upside or to the downside, so just go ahead and be extra cautious. And yeah, so go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below that I will be providing right now, all the way up to 20,000 in sign up bonuses. No KYC, takes literally 3 seconds to create an account. I have like probably 4 MEXC accounts, so let me go ahead and provide the link down below. But you could actually go ahead and buy Wall Street memes on spot, or you could go ahead and use futures all the way up to 10x. So like I mentioned, guys, I told you that as soon as they enabled futures trading, I will be shorting Wall Street memes, and I did get I did end up getting liquidated on my position. So just be very careful with this market. Let me go ahead and post my link down below. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful day or a wonderful night, depending where you're at and where you're located. But let me go ahead and post that link down below, just in case you do want to go ahead and support the channel by using my link down below. Let me know down below, what do you guys think? Are you guys still on, are you guys bullish on Wall Street memes? Andrew says look at LF. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at LF. Let's go ahead and see what's going on there. Let me go ahead and put slightly up the music a little bit. Let me know if that's a little too loud, by the way. Is that perfect? Or is that a little too loud? Should that be good? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and look at LF. I did have a whole entire computer cleanup. So literally all the coins that we were looking at got deleted. So we're gonna go ahead and see where things go right now. LF it is. Which one is it? What's the ticker for that? For Wall Street memes is WSM on DEX tools and on MEXC as well. They do have the ticker symbol is WSM. What do you mean look at LF? What does LF mean? Are you talking about a token? I'm a little confused. Go ahead and comment down below if there's any other tokens you want me to go ahead and talk about today as well, guys. And welcome to the channel. To all those that are brand new, go ahead and smash that subscribe button for me if you are a holder, or I don't know, a holder of Wall Street memes, right? I will be coming up with daily news on that. But what is the ticker for that? So the ticker for that, Andrew, is WSM for Wall Street memes. You can find that on DEX tools, as I mentioned, and as well on MEXC. If you actually go on MEXC, you go ahead and click on futures, and you have the option to go ahead and do spot and futures. I would go ahead and log into my account right now, guys, but I literally did a whole entire deep cleaning on my computer yesterday, just because I don't know, I had a feeling like I was getting hacked or something. I probably wasn't, to be honest, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a deep cleaning on my computer. And I scanned for files. Literally took over 3 to 4 hours to go ahead and do a deep clean on my computer. So like a lot of things are not logged in, a lot of cookies got deleted, so like a lot of the websites that I have to log in, I had to re-enter all my passwords and all of that all over again. So unfortunately, all the tokens that we were talking about the last couple months, and even a few that I hold, all of them got deleted right here. So go ahead and comment down below another project you want me to go ahead and talk about. We are going to go ahead and start off with Wall Street memes. For all those that clicked in onto this stream, we will go ahead and talk about Wall Street memes, the exchange listing, what your thoughts are, and then we're going to go ahead and do some quick TA on the long term, short term, and what we could be expecting moving forward. And then we're going to go ahead and finish up the videos like we typically always do, right? Analyzing the DXY, Bitcoin dominance, seeing what the whole entire crypto market is doing, or the whole entire economy. And I always encourage all of you to go ahead and show me other projects. I don't know, show me anything that you want. Tell me about any other project that you want everybody to go ahead and check out, or you want me to go ahead and review and give you my opinion of what I believe. So I completely encourage all of you to go ahead and comment down below, regardless of your opinion, whether I believe in it or I don't. I would like to go ahead and communicate with all of you. So definitely encourage all of you right now. It's on TradingView on MEXC. Yeah, so it is on TradingView as well. If you actually go on TradingView right here, it's WSM, or are you talking about LF? I'm assuming it's probably LF. LF, let's see. Crypto. Okay, I'm thinking it's this one, right? Oh, is it gamers? I did hear about gamers. One of you guys told me about gamers, and I ended up not buying it. I think it's this one. Let me know. Comment down below, Andrew, if this is the token you're talking about. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and make myself some W right now, because I definitely need some energy to go ahead and get the stream up and running. So if you are a holder of Wall Street memes, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. And in the meantime, while I'm making my W drinks, I'm waiting on confirmation for Andrew, so we could go ahead and begin to talk about Wall Street memes right now. So let's go ahead and start off with that. Let's go ahead and leave it there. It's trading at 140K. It's on TradingView, MEXC. It's trading. Ticker is... Look at LF. I think the ticker is LF. Let me go ahead and check. Right now I'm scooping up a scoop of some W right now. We're trying the orange and cream. I'm already halfway through the bottle, so I guess you can't really say trying because I've obviously had it multiple times. But I'm already finished with the Beach and Peach, so we'll probably be placing an order again probably near Black Friday. Hopefully there's some deals going on. I mean, I already get a deal for being a sponsored or an affiliate, whatever you want to call it, but maybe I get lucky and they have like a buy one get one free. Right? Because I still have to still have to pay for the products, guys. Unfortunately, the only way I get free W is if you go ahead and use my W link down below, or type in code Pepe2 on checkout for 10% off. LF. So Andrew says it's LF. So we're gonna go ahead and answer Andrew's question right now, just because he is being interactive in the chat. So I do encourage all of you that if you are here to go ahead and do TA on Wall Street memes, go ahead and comment down below. I'm gonna go ahead and be literally giving you guys your requests on what you want me to talk about if you go ahead and comment down below. And that's just because I do want to have more interaction with all of you right now. So let's go ahead and see. Is it this one right here, Andrew? Gamers, spot, MEXC, gamers / USDT, or is it this one right here, LFW USDT? Which one is it? I'm assuming it's probably going to be this one. Okay, I have no idea what this is, but what I will go ahead and say is what I do like is that there's a lot of data to go ahead and go back all the way to 2022 if this is the one. Go ahead and comment down below, Andrew, if this is the one. Just comment yes or comment 1 for yes, comment 2 for no. Yeah, because I don't know which token it is. He says it is on MEXC, but these are pretty much the only ones that are in MEXC. If we type in LF, we have logistics. Is it logistics? Is it what else? Gamers. I think it might be gamers. More than likely, it might be gamers. Price is 140,000, so that's not it. Okay, interesting. So it's probably logistics fundamental. Okay, is this one right here for sure? I'm assuming this is probably a what? This is probably a DeFi farm, or what is this? What is LF? $1,400 for LF? Why? Why is it up so high? It's interesting. Interesting. I don't even know what that is. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at logistics fundamentals on MEXC. If you do want to go ahead and trade this pair or want to go ahead and support the channel, make sure to go ahead and use my MEXC link down below. $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, and hopefully you guys enjoy the soundboard as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at LF now. That was Andrew's request. I don't know what kind of freaking token this is that is priced at like freaking what is it, $140,000, bro. I don't know what this is. This is wild. This is wild. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with this. I'm assuming if it's priced at 140, it has to be some sort of like DeFi token with like maybe yield farming or maybe something like that is what I'm assuming, because there's no way a random token is just worth $140,000, right? It is called logistic fundamentals, so we don't know really what it is, but you do see that its lowest was as low as $36,000, and right now is at high as $139,000. So it does look like it will be making some new higher highs. So we're gonna go ahead and see how much TA we really could do with such a token like this, because it's very, very difficult. I'll be honest with you, it's very, very difficult to go ahead and look at be able to do TA on tokens like this, at least for me, right? For me, when it comes to tokens like this, it's very, very difficult to be able to predict. It kind of almost is like a shit coin, you know what I mean? It's very, very difficult to predict. But let's see what area I could go ahead and see that looks kind of nicely a little bit, and maybe, just maybe, we could get a better understanding of what this token is. So it looks like it's been out for about 2 months almost. Okay, so it looks like this might be the best right here on the weekly. Let me go ahead and take a sip of some W. Let me get some energy kicking in. Awesome possum. All right, let's go. So looking at the weekly, as we see typically, like we always see when projects get listed on MEXC, they always start off with a massive dump in the beginning, but it does look like it has been recovering. I'm assuming this is the first week right now that we're in, so we want to go ahead and see how this week ends, right? This is, we could go ahead and say safely, possibly an area of support, which is around here, which is a $94,000 area. As long as we continue to go ahead and hold above this, we might even go down as low as $79,000 and still be in the positive and maybe, you know, bounce back up. But I don't think that's the case. Whatever the hype is going on with this token, I don't know. But people are going crazy for it, as it seems. So we can go ahead and say safely, even if we want to go ahead and do it a little bit tighter, and say that this might be a nice area of support right there for us. And we're going to go ahead and put some price tags so all of you can go ahead and see that on the video. So let's go ahead and put the price right here. We can go ahead and say safely this is an area of support. You can even go a little bit lower, like I mentioned. I'm just going based on, because it seems like an area that's been touched multiple times, but let's just go ahead and play a save, and let's just say right here, right? We can go ahead and say safely that this is an area of support right there. And if we want to go ahead and be a little bit more on point with our TA, I would say ideally, if we go ahead and focus, why am I using that? I'm not trying to use that. We could go ahead and say right here that this could be another area of support short term for the token, which is right here. Okay, right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it very, very generic. All right. We could go ahead and go as low as $90,000 and still be bullish long term, but mid-term to short term, ideally we wouldn't want to go ahead and see a fall below 127,000, and ideally staying above 111,000. If we could go ahead and respect both of these areas of support right here, then we could go ahead and definitely say that there is still some bullish momentum coming in, right? So we could go ahead and say safely, you know what, this is still being respected. And we could also go ahead and try the Fibonacci retracement and see if it is a level of a 618, because just looking at this, it looks like it could potentially be a level of a 618. So let's go ahead and see where the 618 falls and if this could actually go ahead and help us. Where's the 618? 618. So 618, it's over here. So it is around the area that I mentioned, the area that I originally said that we could go as low as over here and bounce back up. So I like almost like literally did the 618 Fibonacci retracement on my eyes, I guess. I don't know. I just knew this was an area of support for whatever reason. Strong area of support, right? And with the Fibonacci retracement, obviously these are just tools that we use to get us to do better predictions when it comes to our analysis. So this is not 100% certain that because we did just do the Fibonacci that the 618 is going to be 100% respected, right? At the end of the day, when it comes to technical patterns or indicators, they're just there to go ahead and help us, and it's not always a 100% confirmation, right? You never want to go ahead and go all in based on just one indicator or just one trading pattern. So just be very, very careful overall. Let me go ahead and delete these questions around here. Hey, how's it going, Saeed? Welcome, bro. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. I did start the stream a little late, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you enjoy me starting the stream at this time for you? Does it work for you? It seems like there's more viewers in here, so it seems like it might be a lot better for a lot of you to go ahead and watch the streams during this time. So if it is, I'm definitely going to go ahead and stick to this time. I've been playing around with the time literally these last couple months, guys, so I apologize. I've been consistent, but I haven't been consistent with the time because I was sick for the whole entire month, still streaming, and right now I'm just playing with the times and see what works better for you. So go ahead and comment down below if you prefer me to go ahead and stream around this time every day, and hopefully as time goes on and the bull run does begin, we can go ahead and be streaming twice a day. But like I mentioned, let me go ahead and go back to logistics fundamental before I forget, guys. You know, I tend to forget a lot of things, so let's go ahead and take a look at this before I change the subject and we forget. We're gonna go ahead and be talking about Wall Street memes. So if you are a holder of Wall Street memes or you just want to know what's going on, make sure to still stay tuned till the end of the stream. I will be talking about Wall Street memes shortly. Give me about 5 minutes and we'll go ahead and do that TA for you as well. Back to logistics fundamentals, like I mentioned, ideally as long as we could go ahead and hold this area of support on the 127,000 and respect it, we could go ahead and say safely that we could even go as low as right here and then retrace back up and then bouncing back up, making newer highs. So realistically we could be approaching the level of 200,000 short term. I don't know, it could be in the next coming days, maybe by tomorrow, I don't know. That's kind of the thing when it comes to a lot of these tokens, even with Wall Street memes and a lot of these meme tokens or any kind of token in cryptocurrency. You really don't know what could really happen, right? We don't know what's causing this pump. I don't even know what this project is to begin with. So I'm assuming if it's at 140,000, it's called logistics fundamentals. It probably has something to do with some sort of DeFi token that probably like helps you yield like crazy returns, right? So we're gonna go ahead and see where things are going. This is on the 4 hourly. Like I mentioned, realistically, if we do go ahead and fall below the $127,000 area, you should be a little bit concerned and be asking yourself, maybe we are in a market change right now. We might be trending all the way down. If we go ahead and break the 101 or 111,000, we could go ahead and see safely that we will be seeing this area of the Fibonacci, which is around the 78,000 up to the $90,000 area. So just be very, very cautious. Like I said, I don't know what this token is. It does seem like there is a lot of volatility coming in, which is really good when you're trading, right? When you're trading, this is the kind of movement you want to see. But it also tells you there's people losing money on the other end. Like for me, for example, I was up on my position on Wall Street memes shorting, and then out of nowhere I got liquidated before I even got up right now and started streaming. So it's the reality of the truth. When you're leverage trading, it's really, really risky, really, really volatile, 10 times more volatile than the token already is. But but it is a little bit easier to make money and also faster to lose money. So it's easier to make money, but it's faster to lose money. I don't really say it's easy, guys. It's really nothing. It's really not easy, right? Nothing in life comes easy. I just want to go ahead and say that it's not easy. It's simple, I guess, if you want to say that. But honestly, realistically, with a lot of these tokens, you really don't know where they're going to go, up or down. But if you do have your 50-50 bet that it will go ahead and do what you believe it's going to do, you could go ahead and succeed pretty well and get some nice returns. When it comes to trading, you're really fighting on the 50-50 chance, right? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Are you going to be able to cut your losses very, very quickly to go ahead and move forward and then decide what you want to go ahead and do next, right? So that's enough with logistics fundamentals. I really don't know what this project is, guys. Comment down below. I mean, even just looking at this chart, it kind of almost scares me, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know what this is, but I mean, look at this volatility from 110,000 all the way up as $154,000. So that is freaking crazy, man. I don't know what this is. Maybe this is a bull flag coming in right here. Look at that. This could be a bull flag, so we're going to go ahead and see if it's going to be a breakout to the upside or if it's going to be a fake out and it's going to dump all the way down to the 618 area that we mentioned. So that's pretty crazy, man. I don't know, but I do see definitely if we did touch the $150,000 area, we definitely will be seeing $200,000 in no time. So let's go ahead and take a look at Wall Street memes, because that's really the reason why you're watching this stream today, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Wall Street memes right now. I'm taking a look at it on DEX tools. That's usually the chart that I like to go ahead and analyze to begin. We're going to go ahead and analyze both charts on DEX tools, and we're also going to go ahead and analyze the charts on MEXC, because like I said, different exchanges have different charts. Usually when you're analyzing Wall Street memes on like a DEX tools that it's on decentralized finance, you are going to get a little bit more data, because typically when tokens go live, when they deploy their smart contract, they're in the DeFi sector, right? Until they go ahead and get released into the centralized exchanges like the MEXCs, like the Coinbases and all those exchanges, right? What is going on, Andrew? It says, what's the market cap for Wall Street memes? So for Wall Street memes, the current market cap is 112.59 million with a total liquidity of 520,000. You know how I feel, guys, about the liquidity on Wall Street memes. I don't like it. Ideally, I would like to go ahead and see it at 3 million, but that's probably because most of the tokens are in centralized exchanges, and it seems like the preferred partner at the time when they went live was OKX, from what I heard, and I've been doing my research on. Even though I'm not a holder of Wall Street memes, I was shorting. But even if you see these wicks, guys, you can go ahead and see why I got liquidated on my short position. And we're going to go ahead and talk about this movement and why things like this happen in the market and how you could potentially avoid it. So go ahead and make sure and continue to watch if you are interested to go ahead and understand how wicks like this happen in the market and why, and how you could potentially, I don't know, save yourself from them. But anyways, from what I heard, and I've been doing my research on and joining the Telegram group and doing all this, from what I heard, it seemed like today was the day that a lot of people were going to be able to unstake their tokens. So maybe some selling pressure might be coming in from those people that are now allowed to go ahead and sell their tokens, right? And typically, usually, what happens is when people, okay, sorry, let me take that back. So from what I heard is that some people from like New York and other areas are not able to go ahead and create a KY, they can't create an OKX account because it's not available in that region. It's not allowed in those areas. There's some certain areas where OKX is not allowed to get, you're not allowed to go ahead and open up an account or use OKX or something like that. That's what I heard. I'm not sure. Go ahead and confirm that from people that are around those areas, those regional areas that are not available. But from what I heard, some people are not able to access their Wall Street memes tokens because the area or region they're in, they don't allow the certain exchanges that they're currently using, for example OKX. And I have heard about situations like this in the past. I don't know if some people use VPNs to bypass that. I don't know. And I always suggest all of you to go ahead and follow your rules and regulations. Yeah, and always do your own research. But that's one of the things, right? So we're really going to go ahead and ask ourselves, what do we think is going to be happening, right? Do we expect a lot of selling pressure? Do we expect a lot of buying pressure? And this is the reason why I got liquidated out of my short position on Wall Street memes, and why you have to be very, very careful whether you're longing or shorting Wall Street memes, because of the volatility that will be entering the space in the next coming days. So if we actually go to their website, like I mentioned, they do have multiple top exchanges listing in about 13 hours. Typically, what we've noticed from other tokens, it's a buy the rumors, sell the news event. They get kind of the community hyped up based on the fact that a new exchange is happening, and typically then it's followed by another sell-off and massive selling pressure. So as I mentioned, there is some people, from what I've heard, that in their regions they're not allowed to go ahead and use OKX. So as soon as they get access to these other platforms that might be available in the region, they're more than likely going to go ahead and be selling out of their position on Wall Street memes. So I do expect a lot of volatility coming in the next days with the hype and the anticipation of a new exchange. A lot of people are speculating Binance listing. I don't know how real that is, or if it's actually going to happen. But what I could go ahead and say is that the people are getting hyped up. I've been looking at the comments, reading on Telegram, joining the Telegram group, and it seems like it's a 50-50 chance, right? There's some people that are completely moon boys when it comes to Wall Street memes, and there's some people that are completely like, hey bro, like I'm already exiting out my position, or I already locked in profits, because it looks like more than likely more people are going to sell. And I would like to go ahead and be the person to tell you, hey guys, this is exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be massive selling pressure. But like I mentioned, I've been bearish on Wall Street memes, guys, since it's before the token even released. I've been bullish on Wall Street memes. I've told you this since the beginning, and if you subscribe to my channel because I'm covering news on Wall Street memes, you should already know that I mentioned how bearish I've been on Wall Street memes. But I did also mention that I wish all of you the freaking best and the most success, because if Wall Street meme succeeds, that means, in my opinion, that there will be some anticipation of some sort of meme coin season starting, which then that's what I'm really excited for, right? I love the memes, but you also have to go ahead and understand when there's a line between being bullish and bearish and just adopting to the changes, right? I've been really bearish, and obviously I got liquidated out of my position. And if we actually go ahead and take a look at this chart on the 1 hourly, we kind of see this massive volatility, guys. I'm not sure if any of you actually saw any of this happening or are even aware any of this happened. But this looks like a lot of around the time that the unstaking was going to be available for some people to go ahead and claim those tokens. You can go ahead and see massive volatility coming in. And we actually see Wall Street memes go as high as 10 cents. And you see these massive wicks. And typically when you see massive wicks like this is pure manipulation, guys. Pure liquidations, people getting liquidated, liquidity grabs through the groove. And I did mention that as soon as Wall Street memes begins to unlock futures trading for a lot of these platforms, because all of these exchanges have been pretty much trading on spot exchange, right? But just recently, yesterday I believe, or 2 days ago, is when they enabled trading on MEXC futures all the way up to 10x. And I mentioned how sorry about that. I mentioned how good and bad that is, because it's good in the fact that there is going to be more volatility coming in, right? There's more people that could go ahead and turn their money into a couple $100 grand or a couple millions using volatility all the way up to the 10x. But it's also a bearish scenario, because that means if whales want to go ahead and push this down all the way down to zero, which, you know, zero is not going to happen, but they realistically could go ahead and get together, push this down, turn their 1 million into 10 million, and now they have $10 million of access to go ahead and short something very big. And I mentioned that if that was to happen, this was more than likely going to collapse, right? And so far right now, it seems like we're having the ultimate AMC GameStop short squeeze that I've been talking about since I've made my first video on Wall Street memes. I mentioned, hey guys, be very careful, because even if you do believe this token's gonna go down and we short, we are more than likely going to go ahead and get liquidated out of our positions and squeezed out. And as you can see, this is exactly what happened. I entered my short position around this area right here, and literally look at this movement. I was up in profits, 99% of my profits. I was already up. and I was still holding on to my trade because I understood that they were going to go ahead and have the unstaking unlocked. And for that reason, I figured in my mind, okay, if they have unstaking unlocked, they're going to go ahead and dump their tokens. And whatever the case is, you could go ahead and see that all of these are just liquidity grabs. They purposely squeezed out all the shorts, and for that reason, you see that we went all the way as high as 10 cents at least on Dex Tools. I don't know what other charts looks like, but this is the reason why I got liquidated out of my position. I got liquidated right there. And honestly, if it wasn't because of all the hype that we have with Wall Street memes, honestly, I think this trade would have been successful, and we probably would have been right now all the way down as low as 2 cents. But because of the fact that I think the team understands that there's a lot of people shorting Wall Street memes, they're purposely pushing it to the upside, causing a short squeeze. So we really don't know if this is actually the real AMC GameStop war that we're having, but on crypto. That is insane, man. That is like the craziest narrative if that's the case, because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there's no reason in my opinion to be really bullish about Wall Street Memes token. I was trading during the time of the whole entire AMC and GameStop movement. I actually knew about it before even the Wall Street Memes or Wall Street Bets thing happened. I wasn't even part of that, man. I wish I knew about it, but I didn't. I found out about it like later on, like when GameStop and AMC was squeezing, which I already knew there was going to be a short squeeze, right? Because I like to go ahead and identify patterns that people might not understand early on and are really, really bearish. And I remember when I was trading GameStop and AMC, I was in GameStop at around $6, and people were hating on GameStop. You know, they were saying it was going to go to zero. They were saying this and that, but I knew there was a short squeeze, and I stuck to my belief. And because I understood and I stuck to my belief, I waited 6 months patiently, ignoring all the FUD until the short squeeze actually happened, right? Unfortunately, I ended up selling a lot of my call options when it hit $22 and $24. But what I'm trying to say is that as long as you believe in something, guys, and you really, really stick to it regardless of the situation, and you're patient, you always end up usually coming out winning at the end, right? So with that being said, I'm not surprised that I did get liquidated, and a lot of volatility will be coming in. We're really going to go ahead and see what's going to happen. Like I said, I'm here to make money. I don't care if Wall Street Memes goes up. I don't care if Wall Street Memes goes down. I was short on Wall Street Memes. Maybe this is a bull flag right here forming. I don't know, and it's maybe getting ready to go ahead and shoot to that area that I mentioned, which I believe could be potentially hitting 20 cents. And we did see that it topped as high as 11 cents. So 20 cents, it's probably something to go ahead and laugh at, right? Maybe we surpass that with a short squeeze because of the shorts getting liquidated and pushed out, and we could potentially probably even see as high as 40 cents. So just be very, very careful if you're going long or you're going short. I think there's a lot of volatility, a lot of money to be made, but as soon as I do get that indicator that we should be longing Wall Street Memes, maybe I go ahead and place a long. But this does look like a bullish flag forming right here as well. So we're going to go ahead and stay tuned in the next coming days and see what really happens. Is this a bull flag, or is this going to be a total fake out for the bulls? But like I mentioned, a lot of people already got liquidated, including myself. So just be very, very careful. A lot of volume is coming in, and I would suggest all of you to go ahead and, if you haven't bought into Wall Street Memes, or if you want to go ahead and buy in, I would just go ahead and say, remember to take some profits. You really don't know. Nobody knows whether this is going to go up or down, including myself. I'm going to be analyzing this very, very closely, because if there is some volatility coming into the upside, I'm more than excited to go ahead and join the wave. I don't care about bullish or not bullish or bearish, whatever you want to call it. I'm here to go ahead and make money, whether that's trading to the upside or trading to the downside. I really don't care. Like I mentioned, I was short on my position. I got liquidated. Maybe I go ahead and long it from here. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and see where time goes. Like I mentioned, just be very, very cautious. Take profits. I know a lot of you already locked in your profits and are just now playing with house money. So I can't tell you what to do exactly. All I could go ahead and tell you is to remember to take profits, and you know, pay attention to what makes sense. And this is the chart, and what I'm seeing is that there's possibly a bull flag pattern right here forming. So be on the lookout for that. Hey, what's up, Brian? How's it going, bro? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day today, man. So yeah, in the meantime, go ahead and comment down below any other projects you want me to go ahead and review, or you want me to go ahead and talk about. Let me go ahead and take a sip of my Dubby. Awesome possum. So yeah, comment down below any other projects coming up that you guys truly believe that are bullish. By the way, MLC token is having a giveaway, which is this project right here, MLC. You can go ahead and head over to the Twitter. I'm not sure if I'm logged into my Twitter because I just cleaned out my computer. Let's go ahead and see if I'm still logged in. So it looks like I am. Go ahead and check out MLC token. They are giving all the way up to $1,000 in giveaways, I believe. So go ahead and check out the recent tweet right here. Make sure you're following the right account. And like I always mention, make sure to go ahead and do your own research. None of this is obviously financial advice, but this is a token that I've been quite bullish from the beginning. We saw it hit as high as 600,000, and right now it looks like it's at a pretty good area to go ahead and buy. I did mention a lot of these patterns coming in. I did call out when this head and shoulders pattern was forming and how we were expecting a 50% drop. So you could either go ahead and take this as a buying opportunity and load up, but I do know that the team is definitely working hard behind in the background, right in the back is what I'm trying to say. So they are currently at 47,000 market cap. I called it at 39, and they went as high as 700,000. I think during some sort of bullish momentum / bull run, I do believe we could possibly hit around 1 million to 3 million on the low end. So like I always mention, only invest when we're willing to lose. I would say, you know, throw in 20 bucks, 40 bucks, and realistically, if a token is really supposed to be successful and the teams are working hard, 40 bucks will make you a good amount of money, right, guys? Remember, the goal is not to go ahead and become a millionaire overnight. The goal is to go ahead and make money over time, to go ahead and get closer to your goal, right? We are in a bear market. There is going to be a lot of volatility to the upside and to the downside. It's all about being able to make as much money during this time and being able to go ahead and buy the dips for a lot of tokens that will be coming in for the next bull run. So just be alert on that. Like I mentioned, I'm not holding on to a lot of tokens. I have a little bag on MLC, Pepe 2.0, which I'm a very, very strong believer in. Peppa. I got liquidated on my Wall Street memes position. X token, I think I already got screwed on that one, and a few other tokens that I'm in. But I really do truly believe on the Pepe 2.0. That's like my biggest bag. But I haven't bought any meme tokens right now. I think it's a very, very risky, volatile market. There is a lot of money to be made. I know a lot of you have been messaging me on Twitter telling me about these new projects coming out, like Gamer that I missed out on, 160,000%, man. So there's money to be made, right? Not because I'm not trading doesn't mean there isn't money to be made. There's money to be made longing and shorting this market, but it's all about the kind of opportunities and risk you're willing to put yourself in, right? I know people that made money on Wall Street memes for the pre-sale. There's other people that lost money, just like myself. So it just really depends on what your risk to reward is and what you truly believe in, right? Always go ahead and remember to not invest too much on Wall Street memes, on meme coins, and just be very, very cautious when it comes to a lot of the altcoins as well, because I am looking to go ahead and load up on a few altcoins. Right now I'm just cash ready on the side and just analyzing this market, but I do believe very, very strongly in Bitcoin Cash, and that's something that I will be loading up more on. I'm waiting for the price to go ahead and drop down to $150 to $170, and I will be loading up on a little bit more Bitcoin Cash. You know how bullish I've been on Bitcoin Cash. Expect a lot of content from Bitcoin Cash coming soon. I truly do believe that Bitcoin Cash is going to go ahead and hit $3,000 in the next bull run. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick reason why. So we actually went as high back around the time that Bitcoin Cash launched, and there was a whole entire hype back in 2017 about Bitcoin. It actually hit $3,000. That was its all-time high back in 2017. And during the last bull run, we saw Bitcoin Cash go as high as $1,300 back in 2021. And the reason why I'm bullish on Bitcoin Cash is because Bitcoin Cash, for all those that don't know, is the actually real Bitcoin. The whole entire goal of what Bitcoin was trying to do and wasn't able to do, Bitcoin Cash is the platform, or if you want to go ahead and call it a system, to go ahead and really transact peer-to-peer with another person without having to worry too much on fees, on sending and receiving fees, and then as well as waiting for the time for you to receive your payment. Bitcoin Cash, in my opinion, I also have noticed that Grayscale holds a lot of Bitcoin Cash, is one of their top 5 assets, and you know that with a Bitcoin ETF, more than likely Bitcoin Cash will also go ahead and pump with that hype. Think about it this way, and this is where a lot of thinking comes in when it comes to investing or even trading. You need to go ahead and take a step back sometimes, take a little break, and ask yourself, what would a newbie in this space do? What would a person coming into the space think when they're transacting with cryptocurrencies, right? And that's the way you're able to go ahead and look for trends early on, or really hop on hype trains before they really happen, right? And with Bitcoin Cash, having Bitcoin having an ETF approved, which will happen, it's just a matter of when, maybe in a year, maybe in a year and a half. I really don't care, right? I'm enjoying this bear market because this is the time that I'm building a channel, I'm building up my own bags, I'm building up my knowledge, and this is what I suggest all of you to go ahead and do as well, right? This is a time to build. And with Bitcoin Cash, as soon as Bitcoin ETF happens, I believe Bitcoin Cash is going to run up with the hype and maybe get their own ETF as well. I don't know, but I could say that with the Bitcoin ETF hype, Bitcoin Cash will run up because a lot of institutions are holding on to Bitcoin Cash as well. And imagine when new newbies come in, when new investors are coming into the space and they see Bitcoin at, let's say, $70,000 or $80,000, you're quickly going to go ahead and buy into Bitcoin Cash because they think that it's the same thing. Just because it's the word Bitcoin, it's not the same thing. It's a fork of the original Bitcoin, if you want to call it. It has this different purpose. Bitcoin, people value it as a stored value, and then Bitcoin Cash is more of a peer-to-peer payment to transact. But people are not going to know this, right? People are not going to understand anything that I'm saying, especially the newbies, the new investors coming in. All they're going to go ahead and see is the word Bitcoin, FOMO in, and buy. And I think that's the reason why, with all of everything that I just said, an ETF approval coming in for Bitcoin, Grayscale being having Bitcoin Cash as their top 5 altcoins that they're holding on their balance sheet, and as well as FOMO kicking in from a lot of these new investors, is what's going to cause, in my opinion, Bitcoin Cash a lot of traction. And I do think that 3,000 is it's really doable. I don't know, maybe next bull run, that's what I'm thinking, but maybe it goes up higher. Maybe it doesn't go up higher, but I'm thinking that Bitcoin Cash will eventually hit one day $6,000, and that's the reason why I'm very bullish on Bitcoin Cash. Remember this video, right? You guys are going to remember this. If you don't, at least I would suggest, right? No one really knows which one's going to be the runner. And with that being said, sometimes it's worth having a little bit of money in different places, right? Have a little bit of money on meme coins, have a little bit of money on altcoins, and then have a little bit of money on the projects you truly do believe, like the Bitcoins and the Ethereums, I guess, right? And just be patient. It's really what the thing is. So just go ahead and take a look at that. Like I said, do your own research when it comes to a lot of this, but surely I do believe that Bitcoin Cash is going to be the one, guys. It's going to be the one. Bitcoin Cash is going to be one of those that everybody ignores, nobody cares, and everybody's going to want as soon as we start surpassing the levels of $1,000, $600, and people are going to be like, damn, man, I should have listened to John. I should have paid attention to John. I should have at least read the white paper on Bitcoin Cash, or done some research myself to really understand what the hype behind what Bitcoin Cash was, right? So just keep your eyes out for projects like that. Very bullish on XLM as well. I think Ethereum Classic could be one that people are going to hype on, jump up as well, because of the word Ethereum on it, not understanding what that it's a fork as well. So there's a lot of these projects that are worth, buying in the long term, but I do believe that for a lot of these altcoins, we could be expecting a 60 to an 80% dump in the near future before one of the biggest bull runs that will be coming within the next year to year and a half. So just be very, very patient, guys. If you don't want to time the market, because none of us can, right? I could go ahead and say that a 50 to 80% dump is coming, never happens, and we just take off and we see Bitcoin and altcoins hit new all-time highs, which is very, very possible, right? And then the second scenario is waiting patiently, stacking money to the side, being cash ready, USDT ready on the side, and throwing money into the market whenever you feel comfortable and confident in this cycle, right? And you could either go ahead and work on the dollar cost averaging side, just swing trading, positions in and out, whether it's longing and shorting, or just like I mentioned, just trading meme coins if that's what you want. You just have to really go ahead and ask yourself what you feel comfortable with personally, what is your level of risk, and what is your goals when it comes to anything that you're doing, right? Whether you're swing trading, investing, and overall, obviously the goal would be to learn how to become better in these areas every day, right? I learn every day from a lot of you. A lot of you message me on Twitter and tell me, hey John, what do you think of this, and I'm like, dude, this is solid, but I don't understand half of this shit. Like, there's a lot of smart individuals out there, right? A lot of you are really, really smart, especially all those that watch my channel are at a different level of intelligence. I'll tell you that. Sometimes you're like, hey guys, sometimes you guys tell me, hey John, what do you think of this? I'm like, bro, this project sounds very, very bullish, but I don't freaking understand what it does. Like, this shit's like the level of complication to the next level. Like, to me, I'm more of a TA person. I could go ahead and read a little bit of code, do a little bit of smart contracts. I know a little bit of everything around the area because I have to, especially when it comes to trading and investing. I really do believe that all of you should learn and understand how to read liquidity, how to go ahead and see volume, how to read, contracts when people are pulling in money or pulling out money. I think it's really, really important, especially in the world of DeFi, of understanding this a little, so when you see some sort of weird movement going on, you understand what's going on and you know how to protect yourself in your position, right? Most people that get screwed in this area of crypto are mostly people that are relying on other people, other influencers, maybe their buddies telling them what to do. And I really do believe that, in my opinion, I think it's best for everybody to understand a lot of this. So just in case, John's not ever there at a live stream, or your favorite influencer that you watch is probably not there on Twitter, you could understand and know how to shift for the next position that you're looking for when it comes to anything that you're doing, right? So knowledge is key. That's something I always preach, guys. There's a lot of free information out there, but there's also a lot of people. You definitely want to be very, very careful who you listen to. So overall, just keep it very, very simple. We're not in a bull run. We're not going to have a bull run anytime soon. I think 1 year to a year and a half is possible, maybe in the next couple months, but the market sentiment hasn't changed overall. And I always do go ahead and encourage all of you, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter, altcoin John. This is my position that I was shorting on. What is it right here on Wall Street Memes? I was all the way up 92%. Like I mentioned, I ended up holding on a little too much onto that position, and unfortunately I got liquidated, as you saw in the chart. So we win, we lose some. You really can't go ahead and always be a winner. It's all about understanding what you did right and what you did wrong. And I think what I did wrong on this trade was holding on a little too much and truly believing that we were going to go ahead and dump a little bit more. So honestly, I just placed a trade before I went live yesterday. I ended up shorting and I just forgot about it. Honestly, I didn't really care about it because it wasn't too much money that I had into that. But regardless of the fact, I do say that during this time right now, for me personally, I've noticed that it's not worth holding on to any positions, whether you're going long or you're going short. It's probably only worth holding on to a lot of these positions in the next couple hours, couple of minutes. And obviously I did do all of this using MEXC. So go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below, all the way up to $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC, and most importantly, you could go ahead and have multiple accounts. It takes less than 3 seconds, and it does support the channel, guys. It does support the channel. A lot of you have been asking me for if I have any tip jars. I don't, not yet. I'm not monetized fully on YouTube yet, so we're almost there, and it's all because of your help up. We're halfway there to keep being monetized on watch time. YouTube has changed their whole entire thing when it comes to being monetized and what you're able to offer, and you have to go ahead and hit over 4,000 hours of watch time, and we're currently right now halfway there, where we just reached 2,000 something of watch hours. So maybe if we get some momentum this month, maybe within this month or the next month, I think early on before January, we should be fully monetized. So it just depends on how we could go ahead and hit that quicker. But the way you could go ahead and support the channel right now is just by signing up on MEXC. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't get paid on MEXC unless you actually, you know, trade. If you trade, I make money. It's very little. It's not that much money, and obviously you need to be active trading when it comes to MEXC and for me to really utilize this link. But even just you creating an account does help support the channel, just by you showing that you are supporting me with my link. And we could go ahead and continue to get more deals like this from MEXC. And most importantly too, like I always mention, it's always important to go ahead and have multiple exchanges. Have a few on MEXC, Coinbase, Crypto.com, OKX. Have a few different exchanges. Have multiple accounts. Have a cold wallet. Have a MetaMask. That's what I do. I have like 3 MEXC accounts and a few other exchanges that I also have. You know, Bybit, Gate.io, a few other exchanges. So I always suggest all of you to have different exchanges. So if anything ever happens, you can go ahead and quickly move in and out in this market. So hey, what's up? How's it going, Ferris? How are you doing today, bro? Hope you're having a wonderful day today, bro. I do remember seeing you on my last live stream, so let us all know down below, are you currently still holding on to Wall Street memes? What was your entry, if you don't mind telling us, man? And are you planning on selling or still holding on? So yeah, guys, I kind of forgot what I was saying, honestly, but let's go ahead and take a look at the DXY real quick. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the DXY, Bitcoin dominance, and then we're gonna go ahead and watch the fear and greed chart, and then end probably the stream with crypto news and just some questions. So let me go ahead and take a sip of my W right now. Let me go ahead and take a little break. I talk a lot, man. Like, really the only reason why I'm able to go live for like 1 or 3 hours at times is because I have my W right here to the side, and that's what gets me going, man, honestly. If it really wasn't for that little energy kick, I would not be able to go. And I just realized we're barely in about almost an hour into the stream. Typically, I like to go ahead and aim for an hour and a half. Obviously, 2 to 3 hours is the best when there's more people, you know, engaging with the stream. But I think I ran through the stream a little too fast. So let me go ahead and take a sip. Bro, I talk freaking fast. I feel like I'm cracked out or something. You know what's the beauty of W, guys? Is that you can take it for studying, working out, streaming, whatever the case is. You get extreme focus, and most importantly, you don't get that crash. I'm a caffeine junkie, as you can tell. And most pre-workouts that I've taken in the past get me super hyped for like a couple hours, maybe 3 hours, get my gym session going, I kill it at the gym, and then I KO and I can't do anything for the rest of my day, right? And that's what I like about W. I could drink it, I could go to sleep well, I have no nasty crashes, and I feel really well, right? Obviously, you know, yes, I am sponsored by them, but regardless of the fact, even if I didn't like their product, I wouldn't be taking it. I asked for samples first and I liked it, and I was like, you know what? This is it. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at some DXY action going on. Let's see what's going on with the dollar. Like I mentioned, we were expecting the 108, so you shouldn't be surprised if you are brand new to the channel. Go ahead and smash that like button for me and comment down below. What are your thoughts? So let's go ahead and talk about DXY. You know how typically the DXY works. Every time the DXY goes up, Bitcoin typically goes down. Yesterday the DXY was up, and surprisingly Bitcoin actually was up. So it doesn't follow the trend all the time, guys, and this is kind of a one thing that I really want to tell you, right? The thing with the DXY is that, or not even just the DXY, guys, indicators, patterns, anything, right? anything that we're going on doesn't always happen 100%. Not because we get this sort of pattern, it doesn't mean you should go long, go all in, or go short, right? Because typically the markets understand this. Like if I'm looking at this and you see a pattern, you don't think 20 million other people are thinking the same thing as John is thinking, right? And that's why you have those liquidity grabs where you see projects pump out of nowhere and like just dump, because those are called liquidity grabs, right? So you have to really understand that in the market. And like I mentioned on the DXY, we are approaching some very strong areas of resistance. We've broken multiple areas of resistance around right here, right here, right here, and right here. And you're like, hey John, what does the freaking DXY mean, right? Why does it matter? Well, like I mentioned, the DXY matters because that gives us an overall look at where the world is going globally as far as inflation. Typically when we see the DXY go up higher, we typically see more inflation heading towards our way, and it's globally. Yes, this is the US dollar, but what they have said, and I'm saying like the central banks and all that, they say that supposedly the US currency is one of the strongest currencies that they have. Supposedly. I really doubt that. I don't believe that. I think it's one of those things where like the US really wants to seem they're more powerful than what they really are, but I think it's more of a global thing, right? What is the issue that we're having right here? It's not a country issue, guys. It's not a religion, a nation issue. It's not none of that. Really what the issue is are central banks. Central banks are the ones that control this world, control the economies, and most importantly, control the wars that go on globally, right? For the good or for the bad. And in my opinion, I think regardless of what country you're from, I think central banks, in my opinion, like I mentioned, in my opinion, central banks are the ones that are in control of everything. So it doesn't matter what president, what minister, whatever you believe is going to be in office or is going to help change the world with solutions. In my opinion, I don't think that even matters. So I think in my opinion, a lot of these things are already put into action before any of that. And I think it's really one of the ways to go ahead and keep a lot of people in separation, like I've always mentioned. And you have to remember the end goal when it comes to a lot of these central banks, right? What is the goal of the central banks? Well, the goal of the central bank and their only job is to inflate the economy and provide more debt to the people, right? And the more debt they're able to provide, the more money they're able to make. So they're realistically just generating money out of thin air and rinsing and repeating through a cycle that doesn't really exist. And this is the reason why then we have a lot of levels of inflation rise, as you would say, because of that reason, right? And right now we're approaching a level where we are at a very critical area. You know, when did we ever hit this kind of area of resistance when it came to the US dollar? Back around October of 2022, and this was an area of resistance which was around the $113, which is obviously not good. Typically what we would want to see is a dollar to go ahead and crash. And as we start to go ahead and see that, obviously that does mean that a lot of areas get affected, like businesses, you know, a lot of other things. But in reality, this is the way the world works, and econ really works is it's all based off supply and demand, right? And right now, what they're going to go ahead and do is they're going to go ahead and squeeze out everybody for as much money as they can when it comes to groceries, you know, with all of it through inflation, you know, job loss, everything. A lot of things are going on, right? People lose their homes, cars, whatever the case is. So the dollar is going to go ahead and shoot up to around these levels. And the question is going to be here then, is the US dollar going to pump up even higher? In my opinion, I think it will, and I think we could be approaching levels maybe up to 150, because you have to remember that the goal right here with a lot of these banks is to go ahead and squeeze out people and be the owners of everything. They want to be able to control and own everything. They want to go ahead and own your home. They want to go ahead and own your car. They want to own everything that you own, especially if you are financing. And if you default, obviously it's not too good, but at the same time it's not too bad, right? Because what they're creating is fake. It's an illusion. The money they're creating doesn't cost them anything besides you and I, the price of inflation to pay, right? So if someone defaults on their car or their loan, whatever the case is, the banks just come in and take that vehicle or property away from them. Who typically ends up getting hurt, like I mentioned, is us. The price that we pay is us. Higher inflation, higher prices on everything, higher BS, more BS, job losses, you know, whatever the case is, right? So I do think, in my opinion, and we also heard it on the Federal Reserve when we had that Fed meeting, that they really don't know how to solve the problem, right? And in reality, they really don't know either. And really, there's no way of solving this problem. The only way, we are in so much deep shit that there's no way of solving this problem, guys. I'm sorry to tell you. There's no way of solving the problem that we're in right now. The only way to solve the problem that we're in with higher inflation is allowing inflation to go up higher. And this is what we call the debt bubble that I've been talking about, right? The debt bubble explosion. And then that's when the economy begins to make that shift. And listen very, very closely. If you're thinking of leaving the stream right now, stay in for another minute. You definitely do not want to go ahead and miss this, right? So usually what they want to go ahead and do, and the Federal Reserve wants to focus on, because I did say we are looking at the US dollar, right? You're like, John, I don't live in the US, I don't care about the US, but like I mentioned, it doesn't matter because the US has a lot of influence regardless of the country you're living in, right? And what's going to happen is that the Federal Reserve, the Fed, is going to go ahead and put a lot of pressure onto the people, pushing the price of inflation up even higher. So what happens? And people start to lose their jobs, start to lose whatever, everything, right? It doesn't matter. It does matter, but it doesn't matter. I just don't want to, we already know what the end goal is, right? Like, you should know. If you've been following this channel for a while, you should already understand this. This should not be a surprise. I've been talking about this for months, and it's finally happening. We're seeing it in front of our eyes. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. You definitely do not want to go ahead and miss this. But what's going to happen is that the feds are going to go ahead and push, or central banks, whatever you want to call them, they're going to push the price of inflation as high as possible, right? I don't think this is going to be the top. I think maybe they might squeeze it as high as 150. And what this is going to do is this is really going to squeeze people out of their positions. Whatever position they're in, savings, we're already seeing lack of savings going into a lot of institutions. And like we said yesterday, these banks really don't have the money that you see on your digital screen. If you have $100,000, trust me, the bank that you're banking with does not have that $100,000 in their bank, right? They might have half of that, but they don't have everybody's $100,000 or $10,000 in there. It's all digits on the screen. And the way banks work is that they need more people depositing into their banks in order for them to go ahead and do their investments and loan out more money. So it's literally a Ponzi scheme. It's like them taking your money, then letting other companies and businesses and people borrow your money, and that's how they make their money off of interest, right? But when people are not paying their credit cards, their homes, their cars, and they're defaulting, they're kind of almost losing money, right? But they really don't lose money because they're the creators of the currency. They just inflate more into the market. But what that happens is that a lot of people are going to be squeezed out of their positions. They're going to be to the position where, you know, they start defaulting in a lot of their credit cards, or they get their cars repo, they lose their homes, and the banks just come in right here. Let's say this is the bank, right? The bank comes in and takes everything from you. And now they own your possessions. They now own your house. They now own your car. They just go ahead and sell your car. So they're literally making still money in the back end. And I think, in my opinion, this is what's going to be happening. I think a lot of people are going to be squeezed out of their position, unfortunately. We're already seeing, like I mentioned, this is all public information. I'm sure there's other information we probably can obtain, but we're seeing that a lot of these banks are already failing. We're seeing that a lot of people are not depositing money into these banks, and that's why banks are in a lot of really, really, really freaking big trouble. And once they begin to squeeze people out of those positions, and we do go ahead and hit, let's say the dollar hits 150, and I'm going to go ahead and cut to the point, right? Let's just say the dollar does squeeze up to 150, and I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know, maybe the dollar crashes. Let's play both scenarios, right? Maybe the dollar crashes once we hit this tipping point of 112, and then we bounce back, and then we push to the upside and then climb to the staircase up. And I think that could be the case, right? But as soon as the dollar crashes and we do see the dollar fall as low as $98, I think around here is when the bull run starts. And this is the reason why you have to be very, very cautious and be really, really careful of what you're doing with your money right now. You don't want to be, you know, over leveraging yourself. You don't want to be risking it, throwing into shit coins that are probably not going to do shit to begin with, because I do think that we are near a bull run, but we're not close to one, if that makes any sense. You know, it's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow, in my opinion, because we still have all of this BS to happen in order for the bull run to happen. And even if we go ahead and analyze that, we're seeing right here in the chart that could be on around 2024 to 2025, maybe mid 2024 to 2025, we start to see the DXY trend down and falling. And, you know, the people are going to be panicking. They're going to say we are officially in a recession. I think they're going to say we are officially in a recession starting in the year of 2024. And I think that's when people are going to realize, oh shit, we are in a recession. I just want to tell you guys, we've been in a recession since the last pandemic. We've been in one since for years, right? Just that people were so delusional because of all the money that was coming in and being pumped. It was artificially pumped, guys. Keep that in mind. The market was artificially pumped. If they would have never pumped the market would have crashed and collapsed, and a lot of people would have been more affected. But their goal was to go ahead and pump money into the market, try to keep it afloat. So when 2024 comes in, I think they are going to publicly announce that we are in a recession. They haven't announced it yet. They're saying that maybe it looks like we're approaching one. There could be, but honestly, guys, come on. You know, you and I, like, come on. We have a brain, we have common sense, and we all know we've been in a recession. So if you're just waking up thinking like, oh shit, we're now entering a recession, bro, we've been in a recession for years. We've been in a recession even before COVID happened. COVID was the reason what caused this market to even keep up. COVID was the reason why they pushed this market up even higher, because if they didn't, the market would have collapsed. And so they artificially inflated the market to make it seem like we were in a stable economy, which we've never been in, right? And now we're paying the price through inflation, through all that money that was easily pumped into the market. And now that they have really no resort, the only way to fix this, guys, and this is the reason why you have to listen very, very carefully. The only way to fix this is by them continue to hold on to this pain on the market, have a lot of people lose their minds, meaning they lose a lot of their assets, they lose their savings, they spend it because of inflation, and then they're like, oh well, we at least tried, we raised up interest rates, that didn't work, we tried all these solutions and we couldn't do it. We tried our best, we tried this method, and they're gonna go ahead and let the economy collapse. Once the economy collapses, that's when I believe Bitcoin is going to go ahead and detach itself from the stock market, and I think that's where the new era of Bitcoin really starts. That's when the Bitcoin ETF begins. This is when all the institutions, corporate companies are all involved in crypto and blockchain. And they have some sort of blockchain currency. Maybe Bank of America comes up with their own BOA, currency. And that's the goal. The goal is to go ahead and have a one world reserve digital currency. We don't know what that's going to be. I don't think it's going to be Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is like, it's kind of like the, what would you want to call it? Look at it as a cheese. Bitcoin's going to be the cheese to a lot of people, kind of like showing them, hey, look what Bitcoin could do. And Bitcoin's going to probably be at $100,000, $80,000 by then. And other people, banks, institutions are going to be like, hey, look what Bitcoin could do. It hit $100,000. Maybe we should go ahead and come up with our own currency. And then more people are going to be like, oh, you know what? I think you're right. And that's what's going to happen, in my opinion. So what corporations are doing right now, they're getting ready for what the change into the world is coming. And I don't think we're really going to begin to see those changes really, really deeply until 2024 and 2025, which happens to be around the Bitcoin halving, which then happens to be by then the dollar might be collapsing. And that's going to be the reason to go ahead and print out or, issue some sort of digital currency, because the dollar is going to be destroyed by then, and they're probably going to have to either go ahead and find a way to go ahead and either inflate the market back up or come out with their own currency. I don't know when that's going to happen, but what I could go ahead and tell you is that maybe by then Bitcoin is definitely going to be trading at a higher price, and a lot of these altcoins and cryptocurrencies. So this is the time you want to go ahead and understand a lot of these movements, understand the market. And most importantly, be very, very careful on the way that you're investing into a lot of these projects, because a lot of altcoins will not be here during that time. And same thing with a lot of these meme coins. You don't want to put in a lot of money. Like I mentioned, a lot of people have a different risk to reward. $10,000 might be like $100 to some people, and to some people $10,000 might be life-changing money, right? So it just really depends on what your risk to reward is. But there is going to be a wealth transfer coming in, and I think that's going to be during the next bull run, which could be around early on 2024 to 2025. We're going to go ahead and see. Time will tell. Maybe the dollar never collapse. Maybe Bitcoin is not a thing. Maybe everything gets banned next year. I don't know. Neither do you. This is all speculation, and this is just all based off what we're seeing in front of us, and that's the DXY. And in order for that to happen and the cryptocurrencies to thrive, we need to see the DXY to go ahead and dump, which is seeing the U.S. economy collapse like by a lot. We're talking about like a total, like banks crashing, you know, people losing their jobs. We're talking about high prices of gas. Like we need to see a lot of those things happen, people losing their homes, before we start to see some sort of bullish action into the crypto market. So a lot of people are going to be affected, unfortunately. Kind of sucks. It's just what the cycle of life is, survival of the fittest, and only the people that understand this are the ones that survive, and the people that are not so wealthy are the ones that make a lot of their wealth during these stages. So be prepared, keep your head up, remember what you're doing, remember what you're working for every day, and most importantly, be patient. Don't panic. This shouldn't panic you. I mean, it's going to happen regardless whether we want to or not. It's just all about positioning and preparing yourself for those times in the market. So when it does happen, you're not panicking. You're like, oh shit, the world is collapsing. You're going to remember like, oh shit, I remember that crazy guy Altcoin John was talking about it. You're going to remember all of this, right? So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope all of you have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Like I said, don't panic. Let me go ahead and end the video with a quick Bitcoin TA, and then we're going to go ahead and end this stream, and I'll catch all of you tomorrow. So I did actually go ahead and do this with Bitcoin right here, and I did mention we could go ahead and see some sort of up movement like this that we drew out, and it looks so far like it has been following it. We want to go ahead and see if Bitcoin could go ahead and hold this area of around the 26,916. Ideally, I wouldn't want to see it fall below that, but we could go ahead and fall as low as $26,000 before having a big pump to the upside, and I do think $30,000 could be around the corner. We could be hitting this around mid-October towards November. We could be seeing Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs, and the all-time high right now is 28,561. So I could go ahead and see Bitcoin hitting around $29,000 in the near future, probably in the next coming weeks, maybe in the next days. I don't know, but I do think that's very, very possible, and I do think $30,000 is around the corner. So definitely be very, very cautious with this market. A lot of volatility is going to be coming in, a lot of money to be made, but also a lot of money to be lost. Like I mentioned, make sure to go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. You can actually go ahead and leverage trade Ethereum and Bitcoin all the way up to 200x by using my MEXC link down below. Like I said, you can take advantage of this $20,000 sign up bonus. No KYC, and takes literally less than 3 seconds to create an account. I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Take care, and I'll catch all of you guys onto tomorrow's stream.